So we've got a new pose of the month, which is going to be the head to knee position. And we're going to work this morning on coordinating the lower half of the back with the upper half of the back. So Heinz Grill writes about this position that we should be really active, particularly in the solar plexus, which is really in the middle of the back. So the lower region and the middle region are really active. And then he says in the upper part of the back, flowing through into the shoulder area and the neck, we should become increasingly more relaxed. So I'd like to really focus on this aspect in a few different positions and see whether we can find that coordination between the two halves of the back, if we can really feel that coordination. So let's start in a standing position. We'll start in the standing half moon. So the part where we want to be most active, we could imagine a band across the middle of the back in the region of the solar plexus and increasingly relaxing through into the shoulders. You take your arms just gently above the head, feet firmly on the ground and the legs drawn together. And by drawing the legs together a little bit more, it can help us to find a lift through the lower half of the back until you can specifically feel that your ribs are lifted away from your pelvis. Now let's pay attention to the upper back, that the shoulders haven't come up too much, which very often happens. Try and keep the neck relaxed, and to do that, it can help if you look down slightly and not too much up. So let's try and grow now from the middle of the back. It might not come immediately, so don't try and over push it. We'll do a few repetitions and then it can gradually increase in that way. Take the hands down, roll down. Let the breath flow. Just a nice lengthening of the back as you bend down, just quite relaxed. Relaxing and swing up. So focusing again quite carefully, it's the middle section that we want to stretch. Lifting the ribs, gliding up a little way through the upper spine, through to the fingertips. But keeping the neck really relaxed. The shoulders can move up, but not tensing. It's as if they're just pushed naturally up from underneath. Take the hands down again. And just come gently down again. And that bit of the back in the middle that we've actively worked, we can just let that gently stretch as we hang down. And then relax your arms, swing up once again. Same thing. Stretching from the middle of the back, but keeping the top section just free to flow. It can move, but without being tense. It can flow upwards and right through into the arms as well. Relaxing the arms down. Let's do one more. Let's also notice how the region around the neck and the shoulders can become increasingly free as we work on this articulation. Swinging up. Draw the legs together a bit to gather the energy in. Now the active movement in the middle of the back and the light flowing movement that continues through the upper region without tension. And hands by your sides. So in differentiating in this way between the middle part and the upper part, we can find, I think, increasing flexibility in the shoulder area. Let's come to the sun prayer. Hands together. Take the arms up. Once again, in the same way, draw the legs together and stretch from your middle, keeping the upper area free to flow. Hands down, glide out in front, elongating more this time. Hands next to your feet, your right foot back. Grow into your legs, grow up from the middle of your back, and let the arms flow on upwards with more lightness. Then into a plank, knees down, chest and face down, cobra. Good activity from your middle. Downward dog. Right foot forward. Grow from your middle and flow through the arms. Look down a little bit so that your neck stays more relaxed. Left foot forward. Gliding out. Swinging up. Again, active in the middle of the back. A light flowing continuation in the upper parts. Hands by your sides. Hands together. Gliding up. Stretch up out of your middle, free above. Growing out. Left foot back. Grow and then flow in the upper regions. Plank. Knees, chest and face down. Cobra. Downward dog. Left foot forward. Half moon. Right foot forward. Glide outwards, hands light. Relax, swing up, stretch from your middle. And hands down. Let's just pause. Let's become aware of these different sections of the back again. So through the activity we've already done, we should feel nicely toned and stretched in the middle of the back. And just check how your neck is and your shoulders. Notice how if you put your head up and look up, there's more tension in the back of the neck. And if you just look straight ahead or even cast your eyes down slightly, you can feel more length in the back of the neck and it tends to feel longer and more relaxed. Let's do one more round with that differentiation. We'll do it fairly fast to keep a nice flowing movement. Hands together. Gliding up with a good active middle, relaxed neck. Come down and glide out. Hands by your feet, right foot back. Growing from the middle, flowing upwards, soft neck. Plank. Knees, chest and face. Cobra, active in your middle. Downward dog. Right foot forward. Half moon. Left foot forward. Glide out. Swing up. Grow a bit more. Hands by your sides. Hands together. Glide up. Glide out forwards. Left foot back. Half moon. Plank. Knees, chest and face. Cobra. Triangle. Left foot forward. Half moon. Right foot forward. Glide out. Swing up. Grow. And the hands by your sides. We'll come to the sideways scales. So let's take the left foot, point out sideways. It's important that we don't twist too much with the body, but that we keep the body facing outwards. So it'll feel like you're twisting your hips. Lift the right foot off the ground. And now we're going to find this really strong activity in the middle again, solar plexus area, keeping the shoulders and the arms really light. Let's just hold it in this preparatory position. Face relaxed, so we can again feel that differentiation. We're active in the middle, relaxed around the shoulders and neck. Return, change around. Just check that the feet are perpendicular and that your hips are opening outwards. Lift the back foot off the ground. And now find this firmness in your middle again. Free openness around the shoulders and neck. Just pay attention once again that you can clearly feel that distinction between the two regions. And return. So we'll come further into the movement this time, streaming outwards through the arm and the leg. This top arm just remains resting on the other leg. Come into the preparatory position. To do this, you can lift a bit out of that standing hip. Find that tension in your middle. Now we can start to glide from the middle outwards, not pulling with the limbs, but rather flowing from the center outwards so that the limbs can flow lightly outwards in the two directions. More and more activity in your middle. Return again. Change over to the other side. Take a step. Lift up out of the hip. Open a bit more. Find that tension in your middle. And now we can start to glide outwards. And return. Okay, let's do it one more time on each side. We can increasingly stretch in the middle, and increasingly we can allow that arm to approach the head, as if the dynamic comes from the middle and lightens off at the extremities. One more time, take a step onto your left foot. Find that tension in your middle, and now grow. Return again. And change sides. Lifting, opening, and grow. and return. Let's come into this forward bend, gliding out, lengthening right through your spine. And relax and swing back up. Hands by your sides. And come down to a sitting position. Straighten out your right leg, bend your left leg into your body. Lift from your solar plexus. We'll stay with the same articulation between the middle of the back, which is actively stretched, and the upper regions really light, just raising your arms gently and lightly upwards like this. Twist to your left and take hold of that left knee with your right hand. Twist out further, gliding lightly outwards into your arm, keeping the hand just a little bit above shoulder height so that you're really having to stretch through your side. Now release that right hand so that you can spread out in both directions. And then return. Change around. Find that lift from your middle. Both arms coming up. Twist to your right. Take the left hand to the right knee. And glide outwards with the right arm. Just notice that active twist in your middle. Hand a little above shoulder height. Gliding out into the space. Then release the left hand and glide outwards with both arms. You can feel how you have to really actively twist in your middle. Return again, both arms up. And gently down. Change legs around again. Find that active lift from the middle and that light flowing through the upper back, through the shoulders and arms. Twist to your left. And now spread the arms lightly. Once again in this position, pay attention that you're active in your middle and flowing lightly outwards. Will continue until that right hand just gently rests on the right foot, but don't grab hold of it actively, just rest it. So you can try and look out at your left hand if you can, but notice that you have to really twist from the middle. Come back up again. Lift. Take the hands down. Change around. Growing from the middle. Twist to your right. Arms gliding outwards. Reach so that the left hand gently rests on the foot and you're actively streaming out through the right arm. Pay attention to that articulation again between middle and upper back. Return, both arms up, and take the hands down. So we'll come to the head to knee position. If you want to sit on a block or a cushion or a folded blanket, then do so. We'll start with the legs really firmly on the ground and a lift from the middle of the back. We'll start just in the vertical position. We're really paying attention once again that we're active from the middle of the back, also the lower part of the back stretches. And let's just notice how, as we take the arms up, we'll do a few of these movements so that we can get the feeling that we're not pulling up with the arms, but moving from underneath, as if the arms just then flow upwards. It's almost as if using your lower body, you throw the arms up in the air. And just as when we throw a ball, the ball doesn't have any activity of its own, it's the thrower. The thrower is the lower and middle back, and the upper back and the arms are propelled, but they don't have their own strength. Let's do that again. You can take the arms down, and now from the middle we grow, and we let the upper body and the arms just rise as if by themselves. One more time, really feeling that lightness of the arm movement, lifting, and the arms float upwards. Let's hold it now. Make sure your legs are still firm, the feet together, active from your middle, and then lightly down again. Let the breath flow. So, coming up once again. Come a little way forwards and open the arms wide again. Let's be aware that in the sides of the body, you can feel your breath. If the breath is free, then the arms are much more likely to be free. In this position, you feel as if you're embracing the space with the arms. Come back up. Wide openness, gliding up a bit higher from your middle. Hands down. Right, we're going to do that movement, but in the diagonal with the back now. Once again, let's come all the way up to begin with. Come into the diagonal. Open the arms wide again and pause. Feel the breath in your sides. Feel how you have to be active in your middle, but your arms are free. Now we're going to bring the arms together again in this position, lengthening forwards as we do so. When you're ready, stretch from your middle and let the arms propel forwards. Come back again. Rising up. Stretching from your middle, lightness above. Hands gently down. All right, we're going to come into the actual head to knee position now. Take the arms up. Grow from your middle, lightness above. Come into the diagonal. Open the arms wide again. Pause a moment. Be aware of the middle of your back. Lengthening from the middle, stretch actively forwards a bit further, right the way out. And then gently take your hands down to your feet without rounding your back. Breathe. Let's see if we can be aware of the different sections of the back. The lower part is being stretched. The middle is the most active. And the top part can just flow forwards in a light continuation. The neck stays free. Breath flowing. Come back up again. Do it one more time. Stretching up. Out of your middle, lightness with the arms. Come forwards into the diagonal. Open the arms wide. Pause. Feel the breath in your sides. Now from the middle, actively forward, streaming right out. Let's pause again in this position. And come a little bit further forwards. And take the hands down gently once again. Should be further this time than you were the first time. Once again, notice the middle of the back is stretched. And the lower back. And the upper part flows lightly forwards. Shoulders can relax. And the breath can flow. And once again, come back up. Lifting from your middle and gliding lightly up through the arms. Take the hands down. So we'll finish with one last pose, backward bending exercise, the half moon. Come up onto your knees. And take your left foot forward. So make sure that you're actively lifted in your solar plexus right from the start. And keep that lift as you grow actively down into your legs. Keeping the lift in the middle here. And the arms glide lightly upwards. So once again, we can focus in this position really clearly on that differentiation between actively stretching in the middle, lightly flowing through the upper body and the arms. Take the hands down. Return. Change over to the other side. Get that lift from your middle right from the start. Keep it lifted as you grow into your legs. Come lightly up with the arms. Lifting your chest, lightly flowing through the shoulder and arm region. Be aware of that differentiation, activity in the middle of the back, gliding up in the upper back. And return. Come back. Just come briefly into child's pose. And back up once again. We'll do the half moon one more time. And we'll try and really actively lift from the middle and open a little bit further into a backward bend this time, keeping this same articulation that we've been working on all along. Lifting from the solar plexus at the start, moving down into your legs, raising the arms lightly. So pause in this position, and now we can picture how we can do a next step of activity with a really active dynamic from the middle, keeping the upper region light. When you're ready, grow from the middle and flow a bit further through the upper body into an open position. And return. Change sides. Lifting. Come down. Raise the arms. Pause in this position to think about the next movement. We're going to be active from the middle and flow into a light openness of the chest. When you're ready, lift and flow up and back. And then return. Just open your knees quite wide and sit back on your heels and slide forwards, really lengthening your spine. You can push backwards a little bit with your bottom and almost lengthen so that your chest is directed towards the floor. And come back up again. Let's finish off in a sitting position. Sit in a good upright position. And let's notice the different sections of the back that we've been working on. In the sitting position, you've got a good grounding with your bottom on the ground, so the lower back is already lengthened. Notice the solar plexus should feel more alive, firmer, more supportive of you now. And the top region, the shoulder area, should feel freer. The neck should feel long and light and free. And the breath should feel more naturally open. And the head too, with our senses, we should be freer to be able to look into the world around us. So let's finish our session there.